Hello everyone, I am Andrea Sharpenstein, the instructor for your course this semester. If you are here, that means you've made it to this course successfully, and that is great. We're just going to jump into it. I will post announcements every week that also get sent to your KCTCS email. They'll explain what's due and any other extra and necessary information you might need that week. The Start Here tab, so right here, is where you go first. Obviously, we named it Start Here for a reason. Notice that there's no link for the introduction video, and that is because I am recording it now. Basically, what I'm aiming to do is show you the ropes with this video. By the end, you should be okay with navigating Blackboard, MyLabs Plus, and all of that good stuff. And whenever you log in, there is going to be a video here. Just disclaimer, it's only empty now because I'm recording it now. But anyway, so start here. First, if you ever have any questions, please email me. I respond within 2 business days. That means if you email me on Friday night, you probably won't get an email back until Monday. So if you have an urgent question, email me before the end of business day on Friday so that you don't have to wait until the start of the next week for an answer. Course competencies. Every chapter you learn about is based on important biological concepts. So let's just read through these. Number 1, upon completion of this course, you will be able to analyze information using the scientific method, which is used in every chapter. You'll be able to describe basic cellular functions that are essential to living. Specifically, we talk about these in chapters 3 through 7. In every chapter, you'll be able to do some critical thinking about different biological concepts and be able to really think about them, how you use them every day. In these particular chapters, we're going to look at evolutionary relationships among organisms. In these chapters here, we're going to look at how humans fit in the hierarchy of life and our relationship, with the environment as biological organisms. And then lastly, we're going to look at heredity and how it influences everything on a genetic level. And we will have a pedigree assignment associated with that. So once we get towards the end of the unit, we're definitely going to look at environmental sustainability things. I think we'll have fun with this semester. Here's a SkyCTC academic calendar, so if you click on it, it'll take you to that site. Some efficient study tips if you need some. And then let's talk about plagiarism. Avoid it. Just avoid it. That's the easiest way not to plagiarize, to use your own words. But anyway, just to get a little bit of details about plagiarism, don't ever copy and paste. That is direct plagiarism. It is a large no-no. If you use information from a source that is not your own brain, you have to always give them credit. If you put it into your own words, you still have to cite your sources, because even if you paraphrase, it's not information that you came up with, it's information you learned from someone else. So you have to give credit where credit is due and always cite your sources. If you don't cite a source, I will find it and you will receive a 0. This has happened before. I've had students copy and paste and they ended up getting a 0. And I've had students paraphrase without citing, and again, that's still not good. So always cite your sources. How you cite them, I don't care. Here are 2 different helpful areas with APA and MLA formatting, but as long as you cite them, it is all good. So next, let's click on the syllabus. This is a document form. I have it as a PDF up here already for recording purposes. But anyways, my info is also in the syllabus right here. I am mainly an online instructor, so if you have any questions, please email me those questions. College contacts. Amy Hurt is the person to go through if something is going on and you need help on campus. Course structure, this is an online-based course. Prerequisites, we don't have any for this course, but you must be strong in reading and writing to be successful, because a lot of your stuff will definitely reflect your reading and writing skills. And because it's an online course, you have to have access to a good computer with internet access. But anyway, so required textbook. This course has a fee applied to your tuition bill, which means you have access to MyLabs Plus and the e-text to this class. If you would like a hard copy, you can go through our bookstore, but a hard copy is an extra expense, whereas you have MyLabs Plus that has our online textbook within it. Course competencies, so we just looked at these in Blackboard. I'm not going to read through them again, but you can. For an online course, you have to have easy access to a computer with internet access. If you don't, then you should not take this course online. You'll have to sign in more than once a week for this class. There's a proctored exam for this course. It's the final, and it's the only exam for this course that has to be proctored, and it's the only exam. We have quizzes, but the final is the big exam. We have proctoring centers through all of our KCTCS campuses. If there's an emergency or you are out of state and cannot go to KCTCS proctoring center, I will accept libraries or military bases. But it is your responsibility to find a place willing to proctor, and it's your responsibility for any fees associated with those outside proctoring centers. You first have to consult with me, and you have to provide me with the location and contact information of your military base or library proctor so that I can verify them and give them the necessary information for unlocking your test. And the sooner you can get this information, the better all around. How to schedule a proctored exam. I will email you more details when that day gets closer. So it'll be probably about a month before finals. Withdrawal policy. If you want to withdraw, you must consult with me and fill out the necessary paperwork. Also, I will not let anyone withdraw past the withdrawal deadline, which is posted below in our academic calendar. So after the last day to withdraw, please do not ask me to withdraw, because the answer will be a no unless a crazy extenuating circumstance happens, which is very, very rare. So think about if you want to withdraw whenever that withdrawal deadline approaches, and yeah, that's about it. I've had students that wanted to withdraw during finals week, and that's absolutely unacceptable. So let's move on. KCTCS institutional policies. You can read through the code of conduct. Students with disabilities, accommodations will be given to those students who need them, but they must go through our counselor for the proper documentation. Do not request accommodations directly from your instructor. Please go through our Access and Success Counselor. Math and Sciences Division Expectations. We've discussed plagiarism and cheating. If you do it, you get a 0, or a more serious repercussion will happen, so avoid it at all costs. Email standards and etiquette. Be professional. Be concise, use full sentences, check your spelling and grammar. The better I understand your email, the more easily I can help you. If you email me like you text your friends, I will respond and ask you to email me more professionally. So please do not email me how you would text your friends. I know most of you have smartphones, and a lot of you use them for emails to your instructors or professors, but just because you're using your phone to email does not mean you should email in a texting manner. Emails are great practice for your future, and they really set the tone for what kind of student or employee that you are. You want to present yourself as professionally as possible, so please email professionally. Also, if you email from a personal email address and not your KCTCS email, our system might place your email in the spam junk folder as a possible security risk. So email from your KCTCS email account, please. And please do not email like this. Check out this cartoon for what not to do. The only way we communicate in this class is through email, and that's the only way I get to know you and how you are as a student and a person. Course time management. Read through this. You need to stay on top of things. Note, if you ask me a question and you can find the answer in this video or in the syllabus, then I will direct you there. I'm not dismissing you. I'm just asking you to take advantage of the resources I've worked hard on and provided for you. And please use it. A lot of work was put into this syllabus, to the introduction video, so that every single student doesn't email their professors questions they can find here. That would be hundreds of emails. All right, so that being said, if you have difficulty with something, please let me know. Otherwise, I will have no idea, given that this is not a face-to-face class, and there's no way for me to know if you're struggling unless you do communicate. So here we have the grade breakdown. Most of these are already up on Blackboard. The MyLabs Plus stuff you can find on MyLabs Plus and on Blackboard with the grade breakdowns. Notice that grades are put up 8 to 10 business days after the due date. I'll get into this in a second about why it's a week plus after. Plagiarism is not tolerated. Notice this is a recurring theme. That means it's happened before and consequences happen, so please do not plagiarize. Never copy and paste, ever. Roster verification. This is a big one. Turn those listening ears on. If you do not sign in to MyLabs Plus and do the syllabus quiz by the Sunday at the end of the first week at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, notice Central Standard Time versus Eastern Standard Time, very important. We operate under Central Standard Time. Then you will be dropped from the class due to non-attendance. This is for the best. In the past, students that are dropped for non-attendance have asked to get back in. I would let them in and they would fail the course by the end of the semester. I'm not joking when I say that this happens almost all of the time. So if you're dropped for non-attendance, I will not be inclined to let you back in. Please complete the syllabus quiz on time if you do not want to be dropped for non-attendance. Those that are dropped for non-attendance, they don't get charged. It does not affect their GPA, and really it's the best scenario all around. Instructor withdrawal policy, again, I do not let anyone withdraw after the withdrawal date. All right, exam. You will have one exam, 2 weeks. Before finals week, I'll post a pool of possible questions for you to look through, and it will be in essay format. Quizzes. Quizzes are located in MyLabs Plus. You will have unlimited attempts, but late quizzes are not allowed. Chapter assignments on MyLabs Plus, those are our homework assignments. I don't give extensions, and I will get into why with chapter assignments. But basically, with the chapter assignments in MyLabs Plus, those are the homework chapters. You have up to 4 days after the due date to get them in. On the 5th day, the work would be worth 0 points. So basically, you have your due date Sunday by midnight Central Standard Time, so 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time specifically. And if it is 1 day late, you get 20% less. The next day is 40% less. The third day, 60% less. The fourth day, you would get 80% less. And then by the 5th day, it's 100% less, which is a 0. But I will discuss this again when we actually look at these assignments in MyLabs Plus. So just give it a couple minutes and we will hit that one again. All right, discussion boards are on Blackboard. Here's the late work policy for assignments in MyLabs Plus. So read through this. All right. Pay attention to the important dates. Get an agenda or a calendar and write these dates down. You may not withdraw after the last day to withdraw with a W. Hopefully no one wants to withdraw and everyone performs exceptionally, but keep these dates in mind. Then we have our course outline and weekly schedule. So again, all assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Note that anything after this time is considered late. You'll have assignments and quizzes in My Labs Plus, some assignments in Blackboard, like your discussion boards, pedigree assignment that you'll have a little bit down the road and that I'll talk about as that time gets closer. So now let's go back to Blackboard. So you will click on My Labs Plus in course content. Right click to open in a new tab. I already have it up, so let's just go there. And this is what comes up. All of these assignments and quizzes are already loaded into the course calendar. And this course calendar is the most important thing here in My Labs Plus. It has everything that you'll need. So we're in January right now. You can see if you hover over it when it's due and what time it's due. So January, February, everything's loaded. March, April, and then in May we have finals week, so we don't go into May with My Labs Plus. So anyway, all of the assignments and quizzes are due by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do not give extensions. Every day you are late, 20% is deducted. That means on the 5th day the assignment is late, 100% is deducted, and you get a 0 for that assignment. So be on time. Quizzes do not have extensions. So let's go over how to do these assignments. If you're doing Chapter 1 homework, you guess, you get it wrong, you lose 15% each try. If you get it right on the first try, it's 100% off. Or it's 100%, of course. If you take 5 times to answer the question, you get about half credit. So that's how that grading works. You get all the questions right the first try, you get 100%. But if you don't, you lose 15% each try. I can see how much time you take to answer a question, and I can see all of your attempts. So if there's a 2-second lapse between answers, you're probably not thinking about the answers. You're just clicking through and missing a lot of points that you could have earned. So sit down, think, look through the book. That being said, you will have to write short open response or essay type of questions. I know what you're thinking. No, why essays? No, I don't like essays. Well, it's because essays are the only things you'll end up retaining after you get done with this course. So don't rush through it. Also, I've had people put spaces or periods or random nonsense in the box provided for your essays in My Labs Plus. Yeah, please don't do that. I have to read those, and it does not reflect well. Those questions, the program is not something that answers those questions. I am the one that has to read those and provide grades. The program doesn't provide grades for those. So if you don't want to answer a question, don't put in random nonsense. Don't put in a space or a period just to get through it, because that does not reflect well at all. I have to grade those. So that's that. So notice quiz attempts. I'll just go into assignments right now. So Chapter 1 homework. Notice the quiz 1, Chapter 1 and 2, attempt 1, attempt 2. I can only give 1 attempt per quiz. So this would be attempt 1, this would be attempt 2. Quiz 2 says attempt number 1, attempt number 2. You have 5 quizzes total. Basically, if you're not satisfied with your attempt 1 score or your attempt 2 score, email me and I can reset both of them for you, because everyone should be getting 100% on the quizzes. If you do worse, don't worry. I see all of the points you get, even if I reset them, so don't stress out about that. You should be able to get 100% every time. If you need it opened, just email me anytime before the end of business day on Friday, If you're happy with your score after one attempt, you don't have to do the second attempt. If you're happy with your second attempt score, then you don't have to email me to reset the quiz. It's just if you're not happy with either attempt, then email me, and I will reset both of them for you. Quizzes do have to be completed by the due date. No late work is accepted, and that 20% off each day it's late does not count for quizzes. So please remember, most of our due dates are Sundays at 11:59 p.m. unless stated otherwise. Keep a calendar. Make the syllabus your best friend. The syllabus is your #1 best friend. This introduction video is your second best friend. Almost your #1 best friend as well. Remember that if you email me Saturday or Sunday needing me to reopen a quiz, I will not see that until Monday, and that's not good. So please email me before Friday or before the end of the business day on Friday if you need a quiz reopened. Deadlines. So let's just go back into, and then your e-text is right here. So this is your online textbook that you have access to because you have MyLabs Plus. Okay, back to Blackboard. So this is where your discussion boards are. All right. Anyway, let's go back to deadlines. Deadlines, I don't extend deadlines. Computer problems are not good excuses because you have all week to complete assignments. So do not procrastinate. You signed up for an online course, which you know needs a good working computer with great internet access. And that's why computer problems are not a good excuse. Again, do not procrastinate. Murphy's Law states that anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and if you wait until Sunday to do all of your work, something will probably go wrong. Just, Murphy's Law wise. Grades take me a while to transfer to Blackboard, but you can see them in this My Grades tab right here. And the reason it takes up to 8 to 10 business days for me to transfer grades to Blackboard is because you get 20% off each day a homework assignment is late, and I have to wait a week after the due date before I can transfer the grades to Blackboard for those people that don't get their assignments in on time. But you will have access to them in MyLabs Plus. So MyLabs Plus has a little grade section as well that you can get to and look at. Make sure that your grades in Blackboard match up to your grades in MyLabs Plus. If Chapter 1 homework is different in Blackboard and in MyLabs Plus, just email me and I will get it fixed for you. Do not wait to say something until after final grades are submitted at the end of the semester. Please keep up with your grades as we progress through. So discussion boards. Discussion boards are in the discussion board tab underneath course content. Read the instructions. These are pretty straightforward. I've already posted my introduction, so just read through my introduction and model yours after mine. Here we have PowerPoints, chapter notes, and video links underneath chapter resources. There you have 3 different types of resources that I have set out for you. Your chapter notes are the .docs. You have PowerPoints, which are .ppts. And then you have the YouTube videos that I made for you. I basically recorded lectures with the PowerPoints that you have access to on this page. And watching the YouTube videos that I've recorded will save you so much time. I give examples and explanations, and a lot of students prefer listening to me rather than reading it on their own and not really understanding what they're reading. So students who work through the PowerPoint and chapter notes while watching the videos generally get the highest grades because they understand the material the best and they retain the most information. Those students also don't have to spend as much time on assignments and quizzes searching for answers in a book because they've watched the videos, they have those notes right there in front of them, and they don't have to just Google everything. Definitely watch the videos. The students that did make the highest grades because they watched the YouTube videos have been very responsive. They've really liked them a lot. So that's that. Additional resources section. underneath additional materials is right here. So you have the library on campus if you need quiet time, or a computer if your computer went down. So you do have computer access on campus. In the community, here are some different links and PDFs, online resources for biology. There's so much biological information online. You have different Blackboard resources, distance learning, all of that good stuff. Don't ever be shy to look for or to ask for help. All right, and the last thing I'm going to tell you, which I hope you're still watching this video because this is super, super important. If a computer glitch occurs, it is probably not Blackboard or MyLabs Plus. It's probably just your computer. So delete your internet search history because cookies may be impeding programs from running optimally. And if that does not work, then try using a different browser. Earlier, I tried to open up MyLabs Plus. It said error. I cleared out my internet search history, and then MyLabs Plus worked. So seriously, this works almost 100% of the time. If clearing out your internet search history or using a new browser does not work, then please email me. Otherwise, I'll ask you if you watched the intro video that discussed all of this. And again, I'm not dismissing you. I'm just ensuring that you're using all of the resources I've provided for you, because in the past, I've gotten so many emails about, oh, Blackboard's not working, oh, MyLabs Plus isn't working, when really it was just as simple as clearing out your internet search history or just using a different browser. So if Google Chrome doesn't work, Mozilla Firefox or Safari or Microsoft Edge, anything like that. So that is all I have for you today. I think that we're going to have a great semester, and I hope that you've watched this entire video.